A very impressive 5-day closure for the asset. Massive upside signals have fired off and some macro timeframe formations have printed. Let's go over the details behind the play for a true edge over tomorrow session. Welcome back to the channel on this Taco Tuesday. This is ARCa and let's dive into ticker symbol ASRE. Let's kill 'em, team. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Let's dive in to ticker symbol ASRE as there has been. Wow. Cannot speak English right now. Huge signals fired off. Check this out. Let's start off with the ARQ algos first of all. Hourly time frame here, we are looking at the bulls in control, 87% over the 13% of the bears. And also we had this, per the instructions on the for the indicator instructions, right? The X's mark off an area of consolidation that likely present a potential reversal. Of course, we got that reversal right away. Look at this with a buy signal, right? So we got the long signal here. We got the short signal printed right up here, right? And then this is now the buy signal. So this is absolutely great. We're getting that upside move, and now we have to look at our other indicators, right? So now the ARMOR algo is also printing a long signal. This one came in a little more aggressive, signaling entry at about 35.72. Price is currently sitting at 42.20. Very impressive run. So if we were to have used the ARMOR algorithm here for that potential entry on the hourly time frame, we would be currently sitting, at 18% up. Very impressive times right here. Okay, so now getting rid of the ARMOR algorithm, let's take a look at composure and see what the deal is there. Okay, great. So this consolidation period proceeded with this blue triangle, which indicates that the current consolidation trend could be coming to an end, right? So now we got that upside, and now we're printing a yellow diamond. So that yellow diamond represents a continuation to the upside or any type of direction, right? In this case, yes. In this case, it would be a continuation to the upside. So it's looking very good and very promising starting from the immediate short-term time frame. Okay, now using the ARQ balancer, we were able to touch down right at the resistance that the algorithm was already telling us. It was literally right at 43.11, of which we came to top side of 42. What was this? It came out to 43 after it was suggesting 43.11. So very impressive times coming over from the ARQ indicators. Definitely get in touch with us if you would like to acquire these algorithms. And here's the next thing that we wanna look at, right? So that's ARQ indicators at gmail.com. So now one more thing that we want to observe here is the fact that we were looking at this ascending triangle just a couple days ago, right? And the target based on this triangle, which can be acquired from the top side here all the way to the bottom side, and you apply it to that area of breakout, you're looking at a top side of about 46.89, and we just touched 43 cents. Okay, I mean, this is a very tough area of resistance, but bull pressure is absolutely in line here, not to mention several time frame bullish engulfings. Please notice here, 4-hour time frame bullish engulfing. We have the 8-hour time frame bullish engulfing. And now, of course, the most credible one is the 5-day closure that we just got today. Huge bullish engulfing here. Okay, so this is now a macro time frame candle formation that is suggesting a potential upside continuation. And this would essentially give us that higher probability there, right? So that if things are looking massive here for ASRE. And now focusing on the volatility versus momentum backtest, this now, the target of about, or the range, I guess it would be, right? Between the 47.10 to 50.44 is absolutely in the cards now. I mean, not that it hasn't been before. It's just that would mark off the 435 spot, 88% move to the upside right up here, right? And it's perfect because we are in that process of building this little bull flag here that would essentially take us to the upside as well. So this is, in all essence, a bullish buy formation. Okay, so it's something that I've actually acquired myself. It is a strategy that it's non-existent. I've created it myself. Okay, and this is how I teach my master students to look at combination formations for higher probability moves, upside or downside. So in this case, yeah, we do have two bullish formations followed by a statistical probability that is leading up to this very. I'm talking about this as a temporary resistance. And since we got the 5-day close, tomorrow at market open, we would see exactly what happened to this momentum oscillator, which I do expect to essentially do something like, I guess I can bring up the pen right here, right? To essentially do something like this. Literally this type of curve, right? Like slightly like that, just facing that S, right? So hopefully that is what happens here. And then we'd be able to continue onwards and upwards, right? So I do think that there could be a pullback right around that 50.44 temporary, right? Because historically speaking, that would be the top side of this area here, which we also touch critical expansion, and that's where we're leading towards. Okay, so yeah, let's evaluate price as we move into this area here. But if we do get a pullback from that 50.44, I assume that the pullback may actually be temporary, leading back to around 39.94 before a continuation onto the upside of where we can start evaluating the upper bound of the first standard deviation and the standard deviation itself. We're getting an 875% read on the standard deviation, which would be around the range of 80.91 to 91.79, and then this absolute top side of the upper bound of the first standard deviation being the 1,300% to the upside, leading to that very confluent $1.31 with the 2.618 golden mean. So psychologically, geometrically, and statistically, the upside is of higher probability here. So, of course, anything that I say here can be invalidated, and there could be an immediate sell-off. Of course, we know that that's the risk of the markets. We have to make sure to maintain our risk managed and make sure to take profits while they're there, right? So now, I am basically saying here that there is a higher probability that there is an upside coming in the starting from the immediate short term to the larger term time frames. And let's see here if I have anything else, right? Oh, right. You know what? This is it's growing dramatically here. So the OBV, the on balance volume, is just increasing dramatically here of acquiring the asset, right? So literally no one is selling. This thing is just being acquired to the upside. FOMO is about to apply into this thing something, man, but it's looking very good. And now for the last part, just before we get into the RSI, which is just, I'm excited to show you the RSI. You're not going to believe what you're going to see there, but this is also extremely exciting. So if you are still here in the video at about 8 minutes, 9 seconds, thank you so much for sticking around. Please notice here that in 1 day and 20 hours, we would be closing a buy formation here. And this is a bullish buy formation, right? We have a bullish engulfing paired with the hammer candle after a downtrend, right? So this is looking very promising, and this is absolutely showing massive thrust. Not to mention that on the monthly time frame, we had already printed that same buy formation bullish. That bullish buy formation setup. Same thing. Literally hammer candle after a downtrend, bullish engulfing over the prior month's red, and I'm telling you here that this candle printing after this hammer is the validator for a continuation to the upside after we get this, right? So monthly candle going to be closing in a day and 20 hours, and then of course the bi-monthly at the same time frame, a day and 20 hours, and marking off this bullish buy formation. Highly likely this asset can continue to a pretty aggressive upside upon the closure of this. Let's just be patient and evaluate the price action as we go. Now, for the very exciting RSI team, check this out. 5-day time frames. We have literally two variety here of divergent drives. So divergence is the opposition of price action versus momentum, and in this case, momentum represented by the RSI indicator. So the first iteration here, this higher low that you're getting in price action versus the lower low that you're getting in momentum, that is a drive of hidden bullish divergence. Now, the opposition of that, which is lower low on the price action and higher low in momentum, is of the regular divergent variety, right? So that's two different varieties here suggesting an upside, and they have been confirmed. Another thing that we want to notice here is that the 5-day time frame RSI is sitting right in that gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. This is highly likely to continue on to the upside, right? So, and we're also getting that little bit of a hint from that SMA 14 right down there in the 5-day with an upside pivot, looking very good. So let's go ahead and just expand this and move on to the rest of the RSI signals, which are just 100% super exciting to observe. Please notice that every single time frame here has an upside pivot. Look at, starting from the 30-minute time frame RSI in the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile, highly likely an upside there. Check this out. We have the bi-hourly time frame, a little bit of risk here because we are in the gravitational zone of the bull strength, which could pull us back down, but we do have that SMA 14 as support, but it's still nonetheless making a bullish crossover upside of the SMA 14 with an upside pivot. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame moving outside of the gravitational zone with an upside pivot as well. We have that 8-hour time frame with an upside pivot outside of the gravitational zone. We have a bullish crossover happening on the 12-hour, currently crossing the gravitational zone here with a massive upside. And now the daily time frame getting its fresh crossover in the gravitational zone, highly likely to continue on to the upside. Same situation here with a bi-daily time frame in that gravitational zone using the SMA 14 as that support range. And we already talked about that massive read on the 5-day. Guys, I know that, obviously some things can happen to the downside, okay? But I am just basically saying here that just like I have been for the last 3-4 weeks, I don't know how long we've been looking at this asset, this is highly likely going to continue to the upside. And it is statistically based, geometrically, and psychologically, okay? So I'm going to leave it up to you just like that, okay? You already know the zones of resistance, you already know the zones of the potential upsides, and you already know the formations to validate that potential upside continuation, all right? Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, I wish you well a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios. Yeah.